Hello minasan, this is Yuki, your reality simulation view elf, and today I'm going to talk about an anime called Run with the Wind. It's a sports anime, it's about running, and it's not just about running. So let's start. So Run with the Wind was released in 2019. It has 23 episodes and one season where everything wraps up. And the story starts with this guy called Haiji. He's really mad because he literally pulled like a big scam in order to involve 9 people in reviving the Kansai University track club. How? Basically, he was offering this building for really cheap renting price or really affordable with 3 meals a day, which sounds too good to be true, honestly. Like, if you think about it, there is something wrong with it. But most of the people who got signed up there, they don't have a choice. And during the last member joining welcoming party, he announced to everyone they are technically part of the Kansai track club and they have to help him realize his dream, which is to reach the Hakone Ikiden, one of the most prominent university marathon races in Japan. Here I have to keep you updated that, but you think about it, this offer sounds too good to be true. It's almost like a scam, which is the case actually. So basically, aside from Haiji himself and Kakeru, the rest of the team, they don't have any kind of active experience into running, or they have stopped it at some point in their lives, or they have never ever been involved in it. And then I think this story is particularly character driven. So if you focus especially on every single one of them, like I love how it's not just about 1 or 2 or 3 main leads, but like every single character that this show is driving is extremely important. So we can start with Haiji, who, as you might have guessed it already, he's extremely positive, he's motivational, inspirational, persistent to such mad degrees. Like I would be thinking, like, did he not give up yet? I would have done so long ago if I was in his shoes. And then we have Kakeru, who seems gloomy in the beginning especially, and I would call him a realist, not pessimist, for very good reasons. And then he's really strict and really serious with others and also himself, I would say. And then we can move on to Yukihiro, who's the Migani character. And my favorite scene of Yukihiro is when he was trauma bonding with Kakeru at some point in the show, especially regarding their relationships with their parents and how controversial and complicated it can be. And then we have Jiro and Taro, who are the twins, and they are often funny, silly, childish. They don't take anything too hard or too seriously. And I think it's good to always have this kind of jokester characters. However, the way they get, kind of wrap it up into this business of running a national marathon is kind of funny. Like they really got manipulated so easily. And when we are speaking about easily manipulated characters, it's good to mention Musa, who's like African origin character who comes to Japan in order to finish his university studies. He's doing engineering, by the way, it's not sports. And he's very much soft-hearted and can be swayed really easily. Yeah, you hypnotized. And then we have Nico-chan, which is taken away from Nicotine, and he's the Osan character. He's probably the oldest in the team. He's working, I think, in software engineering or graphic design or something like this. So it's some sort of like home job where it's all about finishing his tasks whenever he wants to. He doesn't have to go to the office or to wear suits or anything like that. But clearly he's not well enough to be living in a full apartment, so he had to settle down with this shared buildings. And then we have King, who's a job seeker, who's applying to different kinds of jobs since a while ago. And then he also thought that at some point, if he's part of the track team and if he shows like he's active a bit socially and doing some activity, it's good for his CV and for, like the interviewers. And then we have the character of Oji. Well, in English it would be Prince, and that's what everyone else calls him around there. He's the otaku, he's the guy who's into so much geek culture, discussing manga and anime. And as you might have guessed it, he has 0 experience in athletic. He's so terrible, and I can relate so much to him. Like how hard it is to, start running and also going up a hill and going down a hill. It's like Imagine you are a weeb and getting woken up at 5 a.m. being asked to run a hill. For what? For no reason. And you are so terrible at it and you don't see yourself like improving like by the day at all. So I can relate to him so much. It's so sad. He's also an Ikemen. I really love him. And then we have finally the character of Takashi, who's really compassionate, who's hardworking. And I often see the character of Takashi as like the middle ground. He's the person who can understand the ambitions of Haiji, and he can somehow link between Haiji and the people, like the worries and the concerns of the other people, whom they often don't have the courage, or they don't want to be imposing on Haiji. They don't want to destroy Haiji's dream, but at the same time they have their own critics. They cannot voice them. And so Takashi is like the vice president in some way. He takes the lead and he explains why people are not okay with Haiji's idea or suggestions or whatever. So this is the thing about the characters. And then finally I would like to make a few pointers by commentaries and also by according to my own observation about this show, is that it's about life. It's not, yeah, it's about running, but it's also about life. It's about moving on. It's about accepting our own, scars and traumas. And again, trying to connect with new people in our lives, with people around us. And the interaction between the characters are the essence of this show. Like, I really hope while you are watching it, you are not just watching, oh, when is the marathon, or when is the fight, or when is this character going to get like nicer. No, this is not the goal of the show. The goal of the show is like you focus on the interactions between different pairs and different groups, and you decide basically for yourself which conversations you like the most, and also how you do a lot of self-reflections in the meanwhile. This show also features really important themes like intergenerational conflict, athlete careers and challenges, racism. As one of the commentators had stated, each episode has a point behind it, and it makes the journey fly really faster than you might ever think. So again, you will notice this anime is about the power of healing by forming healthy relationships and with new people and also communities. It manages well balance between slice of life, sports, and also the drama genre, like almost way too well. I mean, that's why I'm saying this particular anime transcends its genre. It's not just a regular sports anime where you are waiting for the final match or for the hype or the adrenaline. It's way more than that. Like, I really think so. And finally, just to emphasize this point, is that the cherry on the top of the show is the endings. Please don't skip the endings. Please listen to Taichi Mukai, his song Michi and also Reset, the first ending and the second ending. They are so good. Like, if you check the lyrics, if you check the translations, I think at some point in my life, even before I watched The Run of the Wind, I was already hooked on it. So give it a chance. Thank you. Bye bye.